Tim Kanak with Perkins Roofing, and behind me you see my tile guys. This is an interesting project because there's a slope change on this roof. It's maybe hard to tell unless you have a keen eye for roofing like I do, but you can see behind me that the first sheet of plywood, the first 4 foot of this roof, is a 3-on-12 slope, and then the rest is a 7-on-12 slope. So you can see the pitch change with the keen eye behind me. And on this roof, we are doing a mitered tile install. This color is espresso, and you can see pretty good here the 2 different slope changes. So we're gonna get some nice video of the slope changes on this roof between the 3-on-12 and the 7-on-12 for you to look at with the mitered tile design. So up here you can see the slope change pretty good when you're on the roof, and you can see these don't have 2x4 battens to hold them, but on the 7-on-12 we've got some 2x4s holding the tiles up so they don't slide. So this is in PGA International neighborhood, and these are going to end up being mitered. So that means mitered or Bermuda style tile means we're going to get a nice pyramid look going on with the cuts, which is why there is no hip and ridge metal on, and why the tiles are being installed all the way to the ridge point. So generally, if we're not doing a mitered system where you have the ridge, you're gonna have, these tiles are gonna be further down. You're gonna have a ridge middle right here. These tiles are gonna be 4 or 5 inches further down. They're really hot, but they're gonna be 4 or 5 inches down. Dark colors, everyone loves the dark colors now. These are freaking baking this summer. It's burned my hand. But the tiles, you can see, are pointed directly onto the ridge. I'm gonna come over to the end of the ridge so you can check it out. Walking on this, I'm like slipping, so you can tell it's definitely more than a 6-on-12. Normally I don't even notice. I've done this for so long, but here you can see right at the point of the ridge, the tile goes right to the very point of the ridge for your miter transition on the ridge. It's looking pretty sharp right now. Wait until it's finished. It's gonna look really good, especially this house. There's not a ton of cuts, and it's like a pretty pointy house piece of the slope. So I think it's gonna look really good when it's complete. Come all the way up here and take a look. Voila. Here's a good view of the slope transition right at this tile here. You see the additional spacing under the tile compared to normal. It's not massive, but me as a roofer, I definitely notice it. If you're not a roofer, you probably don't even notice just looking at the house. You probably think, oh, that's all just one slope. But since I do this all day, every day, pretty noticeable to me. Slope change. So these tiles here are Westlake Espresso. You see they're supposed to be one color. They do come with some chalking on it, like most concrete tiles nowadays. Come with some chalking and some scrapes. Some that'll wear off over time. Some of it, maybe not all of it. That's just concrete tiles for you. You know how I feel about them if you're a fan of my videos. But that's where we're at. see the roof behind me completed now. Mitered finish with both slopes. And it's kind of hard to see both slopes from the ground. We'll go up and check that out. Notes is that on a tile and a shingle roof, I did have a customer with some confusion. On a tile and a shingle roof, you'll have self-flashing penetrations like these, where the flange is flashed against the roof deck itself, which gives it a lower profile, better for wind resistance. On a metal roof, we're gonna have curb-mounted solar fans and skylights. And the reason being is that that curb has a custom collar, I've talked about it in my metal videos, that will be built around the curb, and that's gonna stop water penetration. When you self-flash into a metal roof, the problem is that you're not gonna have, even if you put a cleat, you can put cleats, so you can put valley close back, but your only sealant then is gonna be the caulking. It's better to have everything kicked back onto a curb when it comes to a metal roof. That's actually what the metal manufacturers even recommend, is to have curb mounted details on metal roofs. So you can check out the finish behind me. I have a couple other videos, so I'm not gonna dig too much into the mitered finish, but you can see on the slope, the hips are really the spot that you see it the most. The hips and the ridges, obviously. So here's our ridge completed with the mortar finish on the top and even to the valley. So looking nice and sharp, nice and clean. The hip behind me, come down a little bit so you can see the ridge at a different level. So you see how clean that is, nice and clean and straight. So that's the mitered finish. Love the way that looks. The slope change, you don't really see too much. It's hidden very well on this roof. But you can see it right here in the corner, the slope change. The guys did a really good job of masking the slope change. You can see, you can barely see. It's four tiles up, which is 4 feet, but that's right where the slope change occurs. It's 4 tiles up, 1 sheet of plywood. So you can actually see right here. I'll come down here so you can see into this hip, stand in the valley. But check that out, you barely see the transition. And that's 3 on 12 to 7 on 12. You guys did a great job on this one. So you see, you have to measure every single cut. So you get a little corner piece even for right there. And then the concrete seal does fill the joint. he's set, you just fill in the joints with the rest of the matching mortar to get the desired effect. Mitered effect. No hip and ridge metal or tiles. Thanks for watching another Perkins Roofing video. If you're interested in doing a roof with us, call us for Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys at 305 MIA Roof. For Martin, St. Lucie, and Palm Beach counties, call us at 561-559-ROOF. See the guys closing in the last tiles here behind me. So those are our numbers. You can also email us for franchising. If you want to franchise with us, franchise at perkinsroofing.net. And you can call either of those numbers for construction services. If you're interested in getting the house painted, like at this house, if you're interested in changing impact windows, if you're interested in concrete or stucco restoration, give us a call, Perkins Construction, and we can handle those services for you. See you next time. Peace out.